Welcome to NIS. Today we will learn about Bhakti movement in Indian history. Dear learners, Sufis were not only popular religious teachers of the time, there were also the Bhakti Saints. Their teachings were similar to those of the Sufis, but they had been teaching for a longer time. They were popular among the artisans, craftsmen, and traders in the town. The people in the villages also flocked to listen to them. The Sufis and Bhakti saints had many thoughts and practices in common. Their essential beliefs was in the need to unite with God. They laid stress on love or devotion as the basis of the relationship with God. To achieve all this, Guru or a Peer was needed. Bhakti saints attacked the rigidity in religion and the objects of worship. They disregarded caste and encouraged women to join in their religious gatherings. The Bhakti saints did their entire teaching in the local vernacular language to make it comprehensible even to simple minds. The Bhakti saints belonged to various backgrounds but mainly from the lower castes. Many were artisans by origin or belonged to the less prosperous class of cultivators. They stressed the need for tolerance among humans and religions. The Bhakti movement was long known in the South. The idea of preaching bhakti through hymns and stories was traditionally done by the Alvars and the Nainars of the Tamil devotional cult. You will read about them later in this book. Dear learners, now we will learn about Shri Guru Nanak Dev. Guru Nanak was born of a Khatri family in the village of Talwandi, which is now called in Nankana, which is now in Pakistan. Though Guru Nanak was trained in accountancy, he preferred the company of saints and Sufis. Sometime later, he had a mystic vision. He left home for the company of saints and peers. He composed hymns and sang them to the accompaniment of the rabab, which is a musical instrument. His hymns are popular even today. He emphasized love and devotion for the one and only God. He strongly denounced idol worship, pilgrimages, sacrifices, and rituals as a way to achieving God. He demanded purity of character and conduct as the first condition of approaching God. He believed that anyone could achieve a spiritual life while doing his duties as a householder. Dear learner, we will learn about Ramanuja, R A M A N U J A. Ramanuja was from the south and he taught in the language of the common people. His disciples were Ramananda, who took his guru's message to the northern parts of India. Dear learners, now we will learn about Saint Ramananda. Ramananda was born at Allahabad and educated at Varanasi. He preached at both these places. He wanted to rid the Hindu religion of its evil customs and practices. He wanted people to know that all men were equal in the eyes of God and there was nobody high born or low born. His followers belonged to different walks of life. For example, Kabir was a weaver, Sadhana was a butcher, Ravidas was a cobbler, Sena was a barber. Dear learners, now we will learn about Kabir. Kabir was Ramananda's favorite disciple. Like Nanak, he criticized the existing social order and called for Hindu Muslim unity. Kabir, the son of a Muslim weaver, strongly denounced idol worship, taking part in formal worship such as namaz, pilgrimages, or bathing in rivers. He wanted to preach a religion which was acceptable to all and that would unite all religions. He emphasized the unity of God. He called him by several names such as Rama, Govinda, Hari, Allah. You must have read his dohas or couplets in Hindi. Dear learners, now we will learn about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya was a saint from Bengal. He was a devotee of Lord Krishna. Though he was a Brahman, he condemned the caste system and emphasized on equality of all. He wanted the people to know that true worship lay in love and devotion. He used to go into a trance, singing devotional songs in praise of Lord Krishna. Dear learners, now we will learn about Meerabai. Meerabai was another Bhakti saint who worshipped, composed, and sang songs in praise of Lord Krishna. Like Chaitanya, she too would go into the trance in her love for the God. Dear learners, now we will learn about Namadeva. Namadeva was a tailor. He wrote in Marathi. His poetry spoke of intense love and devotion to God, popularity of the Bhakti movement. How did Bhakti movement became so popular with the people? An important reason was that they challenged the caste system and the superiority of Brahmins. They welcomed the idea of equality and brotherhood, which the Sufi saints also preached. People were no longer satisfied with the old religion. They wanted a religion which could satisfy both the rationality as well as emotions. All the Bhakti saints emphasized oneness of God. They said the path to God lay in devotion and bhakti to Him and not in any rituals. They condemned rituals and sacrifices. In northern India, it developed into two streams: Nirguna Bhakti, Nirguna Saguna Bhakti. Nirguna Bhagat were devotees of a formless God while calling him variously as Rama, Govinda, Hari, or Raghunath. The most conspicuous among them were Kabir and Nanak. The Saguna Bhagat were the devotees of Rama, the son of Dasharath. Or Krishna, the son of Devaki, and Vasudeva. Some of the best example of Saguna Bhagats were Tulsidas, who idolized Rama in his famous Ramcharitra Manas. and Surdas, who sang praises of Krishna in his famous Sur Sagar. Ras Khan, a Muslim poet who was a devotee of Lord Krishna, also belonged to this tradition. Now we will discuss about features of bhakti. The first important feature of bhakti movement was the concept of oneness of God and brotherhood of all human beings. It did not discriminate against anyone on the basis of caste or gender. Its second important feature was surrender into God. Who is all pervasive and capable of solving the problems of the devotees. The third important feature of bhakti was an intense personal devotion to God with an emphasis on a good moral life. It was felt that chanting the name of God constantly purified the soul and prepared one for His grace. A true devotee does not want heaven or moksha. He only wants to chant the Lord's name and be born again and again to sing His praise. Learners, have you been able to notice here some features of the bhakti tradition which were similar to the practices and ideas of the Sufis? The spirit of bhakti pervaded the whole of India and found vivid and beautiful expression in the religious poetry of the medieval saints and mystics. No matter what religious faith they believed in, their literary compositions rendered into Geet, Qawwali, etc., united the people as nothing else could have done. It also stimulated the development of regional languages. Dear learner, we are ending here this video. I hope you enjoyed learning this topic. If you have any query, you may send us email at siglange@nios.ac.in. Also, for more information, you can visit our website at www.nios.ac.in. Thank you.